Hello everyone, Mooseman302 here, and welcome back to another video. Today, for my 50th video celebration, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. Today, I'm going to be doing something I've never done before, and that is creating a tier list. I've already made an account, so it's time we get started. I'm going to be doing more than one of these, so be prepared. Be prepared. And this is Disney we're talking about. I love that. Anyway, but we're doing Pixar movies first because I like Pixar movies a little bit more though. So, all right. Without further ado, let's get started on. We're gonna be doing this in release date order. So, as per usual, we're gonna start off with the original Toy Story, and obviously, where that would go is I'm pretty sure you already know it's going all the way up here in S. Where else would I put it? Besides maybe A, but like, why wouldn't I put that up there, you know? It's a great movie, classic, Pixar's first ever film. You know how it is. It's perfect. Alright, so, where is it? Okay, here it is. A Bug's Life. Bug's Life is a interesting little movie. I'll put it in A tier. It's, whenever you think of Bug's Life, you probably think Hopper and Flick and Princess Ada. Hopper is one of Pixar's most intimidating, evil, and borderline psychotic villains. So I'll really give the movie that. It has a perfect villain, seriously. And I can't help but feel bad for Flick. Anyway, the next one, obviously right here, Toy Story 2. You already know where that's going, all the way up here in S tier. Most of the Toy Story films are going up here, except for Lightyear and Toy Story 4. Spoiler alert. You know, Toy Story 2 though is it's perfect sequel. It is absolutely spectacular. Like, I'm gonna give like a legit reason why you can't go wrong with the toys crossing the street and the traffic cones and Jesse's excitable nature and Sticky Pete's betrayal, all this stuff. Woody getting kidnapped by Al. It's all great, you know. It's all well thought out. It's all good. Now, for the next one, where is it? Here it is. Monsters Inc. This is also going up here at maybe A tier or S tier. I don't know. I'd say maybe S tier. Yeah. Monsters Inc. is actually quite spectacular when you think about it. Like doors and the scare and the monsters, but then looking past stereotypes and just going straight into the comedian with Mike Wazowski. But really, Mike Wazowski is a comedian all throughout. He isn't just a professional one. He's just a comedian all throughout the movie. And so is Sully. You know, Randall is just borderline evil too. I'd put him on par with Hopper and Sid. And where's the next one? Where is it? Is it not here? Why is it? I can't see. Up here it is. Well, how did I not see that? I'm so blind. Anyway, that's Finding Nemo. This is obviously gonna go all the way up here. Why wouldn't that go in S tier? Most of Pixar's movies in the earlier days, from the years of 1995 to 2010, are straight up S tier. Like, why wouldn't I put that there? Marlin finding his son, teaming up with memory loss Dory. Gotta just keep swimming. What do? We keep on swimming. Yeah. Let's see. Now what? Here we go. Incredibles. You know this is going up here too. S tier. The Incredibles is obviously going up there. Perfect film. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Syndrome is just borderline psychotic. I don't even have any words to describe it. Like, and Bob and Helen are some of the best they're one of the best married couples I've ever seen on any TV show or movie ever. Besides, it's just like it's the action-packed stuff in it is just so good, and Frozone is the best. Frozone needs his own movie, seriously. All right. So with that out of the way, we get to one of Pixar's most divided projects. Got it right here, Cars. I was very hesitant on putting this up here at the top because of people's distaste for it, and I wonder how that would get people's how people would grasp that. But you know what? I don't care. It's my childhood. Of course, this is my list. I'm just gonna put it up there. Yeah. Why is... no, we're not doing that. Nope. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, yeah, Mater's awesome. I love him, and the film's just funny. It's funny, really adorable. You know how that is. The plot has a great message of trying to be something other than just a stereotypical rich guy that learns nothing and just cares about fame and fortune. And Lightning's character arc is beautiful. Alright. And now we get on to the 5-star meal, Ratatouille. And this meal right here is indeed a 5-star meal, because I will put it right up here, next to Cars. Yeah, so far I'm putting a lot of these at the top. It's except for that one. Because while I do like it, I like it a little less. So, yeah. Ratatouille is really well and really nicely thought out meal that Pixar cooked up in 2007. It was quite the spectacular film. Nice little beautiful backgrounding of the music. The French atmosphere is a plus. And yeah, it's just an overall fantastic movie. I've loved it. It's basically my sick movie sometimes, where I just kind of sit there and watch it whenever I feel ill. It's kind of happened to me. It happened to me while I was in the hospital. But yeah. Yeah, aside from that, we're going to get into another one. Let's see, where's the next one? Oh, here it is. WALL-E. Haven't seen the movie in a while, but I know it's good, so I'll just put it right here in A. I don't know or should I put it in S? Nah. It's just my own opinion, so. Yeah. WALL-E, up there in A. Good movie. Very interesting and very deep concepts. And, WALL-E almost dying. That's, I cannot. That is just... wow. Anyway, we reached the tail end of the Golden Age, up to Up, which is right over here. Up is going up here, up here, right here at the top, right here. I don't really know what the title is. Just the title's weird, but that's about the only problem I have with it. The plot is exquisite, and Carl Fredricksen is just wow. I can't. He's just gone through too much, man. And the scene where Carl calls that construction worker's boss, he tells him to take a bath, and he calls him a hippie. He says, "You in the suit. Yes, you. Take a bath, hippie." And the construction worker just goes up and says, uses the bullhorn. He swipes it out of his hands and just says, "I am not with him," under just trying desperately to disassociate himself with him in any way possible. It's just too much. Ellie is, her dying is just too much. It's not too much. I forget I said that. It's too much to handle. There we go. That's better. I don't know why in the world I said that before. Jeez. It's too much for a grown man to not cry about. I haven't really exactly cried that much about it, but I can understand what people have. And we reached Toy Story 3, my favorite of the Toy Story movies, of course, is going all the way up here. Toy Story 3 is the anomaly of Pixar. It is one of my favorite Pixar films ever created. And Pixar, well, it had a lot of development struggles during the time of which it was being developed because of contract disputes between it and Disney. It's still what we received in the long run of 11 years later was the most astonishing at a Pixar's library with the Toy Story franchise. That's always a good sign, you know. It's always good to see Toy Story 3. Nice little jailbreak. It's like we're breaking out of modern day society almost. All right. With that out of the way, we can move on to Pixar's most infamous film, and probably, well, I don't know if it's the most infamous, but it's one of the most infamous. Uh, Cars 2. Cars 2 is a very difficult film to rank. And honestly, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. Like, a lot of flack. Like, probably in the comments or where I place it, but I'm willing to take the risk. I'm gonna put it in B or C. I don't know. I'm just gonna put it in B probably. Uh, Cars 2 is a weird one. It's very um. It honestly strays away a lot from the original film. Actually, it and while it retains a lot of the aspects, like it doesn't. Sorry, it doesn't retain a lot of the plot line from the original film, and that's what kind of sets it apart. But the spy genre stuff is the kicker to it, and that's what makes it at least somewhat good. I like the action, the plot is sort of driven in a way that makes it seem a little bit reasonable with the whole thing where the World Grand Prix is a scam and all that stuff like that. Honestly, I do enjoy that little bit because it's just kind of like this metaphor for society where you can't trust totally random people and what they do because their intentions are obviously not what they say they are sometimes. Like, it's like YouTube scams, you know? You can't trust everyone. So, has a little important message there. Anyway, moving on to another one of Pixar's most odd films, Brave. I'll put it in the C tier, mostly because Princess, what was her name? I forget. I forget her name. Hold on a minute. Why am I'm just gonna look it up. Merida. Okay. Princess Merida is too iconic for me to place anywhere near the bottom. The plot doesn't really interest me that much. That's why I ranked it low, but, like, and controversially, I ranked it lower than Cars 2. Oof, boy, that's gonna get me a lot of hate. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Please don't hate me in the comments. Anyway, with that aside, we move on to another film that Pixar released during their supposed dark age or whatever, Monsters University. I will admit, I don't hate this one. Monsters University is actually quite interesting where it goes, and while it's not really a well-known Pixar film, and a lot of people actually really don't like it, I myself actually ended up liking it. Not at first when I was in the theater because I didn't care about the original Monsters Inc. at all, controversially enough. I ended up liking this film quite a bit. I watched it on Disney Plus with my dad, and I enjoyed it. It was a decent setup for Monsters Inc. and the prequel standards. So yeah, that's about it. And and by the way, the setup with Randall being Mike's roommate originally, that was a plus. That's cool. That's a nice little setup. Anyway, now on to Inside Out. Where am I gonna put this? In the A tier. Obviously, I put this really high up, and Inside Out is still, actually, I'm gonna go with S tier. Yeah. Inside Out is one of Pixar's most popular and one of their most iconic films that they've ever made. Of course, I'd put it all the way up here with all the others. Well, not all the others, but most of them at least. You can see very few of them actually end up, like, down here. it's an anomaly so far, at least. Still got some more to go. Now, Inside Out's emotion levels. Yeah, the emotion levels. I got people got emotional because of the emotions. Joy and Sadness's arc is amazing. I like it's just it's all about the toxic positivity of life. You need sadness to feel your life, otherwise you can't be happy without being sad, you know? It's just a clear crystal message that you have in that movie. Utterly spectacular. Now, without further ado, we move on to let's see. Ah, here it is. Finding Dory. So, this is a tricky one. I'm putting it in B tier. I haven't seen the movie in like 9 years. I don't know. I think I only saw it in theaters and I never saw it again. But I do like it somewhat. I have somewhat of an appreciation for it. It's okay. Better. Yeah. It's definitely an alright film. Not as good as Finding Nemo, but still interesting to say the least. Let's see what else. Oh, dang it! I forgot about The Good Dinosaur. I'm obviously gonna put it in D tier because The Good Dinosaur. I can't believe I forgot about that film. Like I straight up forgot that the Good Dinosaur even existed when I was trying to do this ranking. Like that's how bad it is, and I don't care about it at all. Like that's I usually just forget that movie exists. I'm sorry to say this to any Good Dinosaur fans out there, but I, along with a lot of other people, cannot get into this. This is just too generic of a film, and it's just not my cup of tea at all. I'm sorry, but I have to do that. Anyway, Cars 3. This is gonna go in, I don't know, A in S tier. Uh, it's actually, yeah, uh, there, A tier. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't make up my mind on some of these things. But anyway, yeah, it's not quite as good as the original, but it's definitely up there. So it's going in A tier. Uh, let's see, what else we got here? Trying to think. Uh, okay, so we're done with Cars 3. Ah, Coco. Yeah. This is going in A tier too. Coco is it is also a really great film. I haven't seen it in a while, but the villain Ernesto de la Cruz is a cunning one to say the least. Not quite as cunning as Lotso Huggenbear or Charles Muntz, but he's definitely up there with the villains. The respect for culture and the Mexican line of things is the good thing also, and also the amazing amount of music that it dives deep into. And while it may be similar to another movie, excuse me, it does take a lot of its own, excuse me, and tries to play with it in a way that makes it seem like its own project. So yeah, that's the good thing. Now, to move on, we have Incredibles 2. Now, this is going in A tier as well. Incredibles 2 is it's not probably quite as good since the villain is a little weird, but I think this film has a lot of action and good stuff put into it. I don't know why people don't really like it, apart from the villain being kind of, I don't know. I heard she was kind of stupid, but she never honestly struck me off as stupid. So, you know what? What the hell? I'm just gonna put it in S tier. Yeah, that's that. Let's see. Onward. Oh wait, no. Toy Story 4. Yeah, Toy Story 4. Oh boy. Okay. Toy Story 4 is amongst the most controversial of Pixar's films, and honestly, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Yeah, I don't hate it like other people do. I don't love it. I just kind of think it's okay. Like, it's alright. It just doesn't have as much like oomph as the other three that I put on S tier. It's definitely one of the pluses is that it at least continues the story in some way. Like, I wanted this movie to exist, mind you. When I was in the younger years of my life, after Toy Story 3 came out, I was begging for Toy Story 4. Like, I wanted this film to exist, and I did get it. The film's ending is not really the greatest, but I'll give it this: it is funny. It does have an interesting setup, and like I say that it's overhated. Like, I don't think that it's not great, but it's not horrible either. Like, it's not a god awful film. No, trust me, I've seen way worse films. Like, really, I would give it maybe in 79 out of 100. Yeah, so that's why it's in there. Uh, let's see what's next. Onward. Onward goes in C tier. Onward is a kind of movie. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Onward is a very well thought out, for the most part, movie. It has a decent setup. It has decent character development for the most part, but the majority of it, most of the characters don't really have any sort of like actual development put into them. Like, it's not really that great. And the world building isn't really that good either. I mean, it's Pixar's 2020 fatigue. What am I going to say? It was released during the pandemic too, so that doesn't help it either. Anyway, Soul. Soul is actually a really interesting one. I will put this in B tier. Soul is a well thought out movie, and I really think that it would appeal to anyone who's on the religious side of things, because of the spirit realm that the guy whose name I can't remember, who's played by Jamie Foxx, ended up in for a little bit until he, was given another chance at life. And the soul swapping idea was an interesting one too, hence the name Soul. It's pretty cool. It's an alright film. That's why I put it here in the B tier. Now, we move on to Luca. Luca is cool too. It's going there. It's an okay film. It's going there in B. Luca is it's another film set in the sea, partially. It's another film set on sea and land like Finding Nemo, but the good thing is that it manages to distinguish itself from Finding Nemo by making the main character not a fish, but a sea monster and a human hybrid. And while that is a little weird and seems a little bit too similar to the Little Mermaid in some aspects, it does make itself its own thing. At best, I'd call it a Little Mermaid inspiration, maybe. Yeah. The setting in Italy is the one of the best parts too. Pretty interesting little film. I guess I'd recommend it to you guys. At least give it at least one try. Yeah. If you're interested, check it out. Now we move on to Lightyear. Lightyear is not that great. And actually, I'm putting it in D tier. Lightyear is horrible. Okay, like, Lightyear is one of the absolute worst Pixar films I've ever seen in my life. I don't care that it's made by the same people that made all of this. No. And I don't care that it's made by... I don't care that it's part of the Toy Story franchise, okay? I don't care. It is a disgrace to the good name of Buzz Lightyear, and a disgrace to the good and already tarnished career that Pixar has had for their 35 years as a company. Or wait, no, only 30. What am I talking about? Yeah, the plot's a mess. Doesn't make sense. The time dilation was unnecessary. It's so boring. There's nothing else to it that really sticks out. The character development sucks. Okay, like, the characters get such little development, and it's just horrible in many, many different ways. More ways than one, mind you. So, yeah. That basically does it for that. If you want to know my actual opinion on it in a different video, let me know. Just put it down in the comments. Say, I would like you to review Lightyear when you get the chance. There you go. Just say that. Turning Red. Turning Red is going in B tier. Turning Red is an interesting little film. It is more or less on the good side. The reason why I rank it a little lower than others is because of the controversy that its message kind of went out to people on the religious side. So yeah, but other than that, I did find it interesting. I did find it entertaining. Well, I decided to go into my basement and just watch it myself, and it was an interesting little project that Pixar cooked up, and one of their better films that they came up with in the recent years. And Elemental. Elemental is definitely going here. Elemental I would put on par with Lightyear in terms of its horribleness. And while it did do better at the box office than Lightyear, it's still not that great. It is definitely one of the most disgraceful films. I cannot speak. I'm sorry. It is definitely one of the most disgusting films they've ever made. Like, seriously, I can't with that movie. It's just awful. I put it on par with Lightyear. Seriously. This tier list must be really old. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, it hasn't been modified since 2 years ago. I'm gonna have to probably. How do I add something here? I don't really want to add anything right now because I'm just kind of, like, I'm just kind of not exactly that interested in just going to the internet and looking up how to add stuff to here. But yeah, if you want to know my opinion on Pixar's most recent films, I loved Inside Out 2, and Elio I haven't seen, but I heard it was really bad, so I decided not to watch it, and I avoided it at all costs. But yeah, that basically does it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Peace out, my speedsters.